Imagine your rival not only steals your best player, but also swipes your coach. Live on national TV. That's exactly what happened when Caitlin Clark turned the 2025 WNBA All Star draft into the ultimate power play, snatching Sabrina Ionescu's mentor, Sandy Brondello, right out from under her. When Sabrina Ionescu stepped into the New York Liberty locker room in spring 2022, she was the WNBA's most hyped rookie, fresh off breaking the NCAA scoring record and earning number 1 overall draft status. Waiting for her was Sandy Brondello, a coach whose resume gleamed with accomplishments: 2 WNBA titles, 3 Olympic medals, and a reputation for forging championship cultures in Phoenix and Australia. From the very first day of training camp, Ionescu gravitated toward Brondello's whiteboard sessions, where the coach dissected pick-and-roll reads and defensive rotations with surgical precision. Ionescu, still adjusting to the NBA-level pace, absorbed every correction on shot selection, matchup exploitation, and the relentless off-ball movement Brondello preached. "She's amazing," Ionescu remarked after a mid-season practice, highlighting how Sandy's insistence on physicality in the paint and quick-trigger transition offense elevated her passing angles and scoring efficiency. Their collaboration yielded immediate dividends. Ionescu averaged 12.9 points, 5.5 assists, and 6.1 rebounds in her rookie year under Brondello's system, statistics that earned her a 2022 All Star nod and set the foundation for the Liberty's breakthrough.
Son hit me up after he goes, I've created history. This is awesome. I got traded as a coach, but look, I get to coach with Sabrina. I'm on Caitlin Clark's in Indianapolis. I mean, what a great show. So we'll go out there and have some fun.
By the 2023 finals, Ionescu's poise in late-game situations and Brondello's adaptive play calling combined to dethrone a dynasty, delivering New York its first WNBA championship. Jump ahead to the electric weekend of July 2025. Social feeds buzzed with fan ballots, and after millions of votes, Caitlin Clark, fresh off her record-breaking rookie campaign, and 3-time MVP Aliyah Wilson, emerged as the All-Star captains. It wasn't just a clash of talent, it was a generational face-off, Clark's deep-range wizardry versus Wilson's MVP-caliber physicality, each with legions of supporters rallying behind hashtags like Pick Caitlin and Team Aliyah. On live ESPN, the arena lights dimmed, the cameras panned across a sold-out crowd, and the network's iconic countdown signaled draft time. Clark and Wilson stepped onto opposite podiums, coaches Sandy Brondello and Cheryl Reeves standing behind them, playbooks in hand. The rules were simple: alternating selections, no trades, no theatrics, meant to craft 2 balanced rosters for a mid-season exhibition. Analysts predicted a run-of-the-mill talent showcase. Players anticipated a night off from regular season intensity, and executives prepared a highlight reel of thrilling dunks and deep threes. Then, just as Clark's first pick locked in Aliyah Boston, her reliable Fever teammate, she scanned the camera with that mischievous glint and reached for her next choice, setting the stage for a draft that would explode far beyond the friendly confines of an all-star game. Caitlin Clark's opening selection seemed almost by the book. She tapped her Indiana Fever lifeline first, choosing Aliyah Boston to patrol the paint with her bruising post moves and relentless rebounding. Boston's presence promised to secure second-chance points and set the tone defensively. But Clark's second pick shattered any illusion of predictability. She called Sabrina Ionescu's name, plucking the Liberty's all-star guard and her coach Sandy Brondello's prized protege right off the other bench. In that instant, Clark signaled she was playing a different game entirely. As Kirsten Bell's jaw dropped on the broadcast, "Hold up, can you actually draft a player from your opponent's own team?" The camera swung back to Clark. With her trademark sparkle, she told viewers, "I don't know if this is in the rules. I don't really care."
Have any intentions of really trading any of them? I don't know if this is in the rules. I don't really care. But I think we've already discussed we are going to trade coaches. Fee's going to take her coach, Sandy Brondello. Let's get it.
Ooh.
It's going to be amazing. Sorry, WNBA, if that's not in the rule. Sorry, ESPN, if that's not in the rules, but we just made it a rule.
Now.
So, Sandy Brondello, come on over.
Whoa.
In those 7 words, a calculated challenge lurked beneath the levity. Clark had redefined the draft playbook, not just assembling talent, but reshaping the very relationship between coach and squad. On her 3rd and 4th picks, Clark doubled down. She tapped Aliyah Wilson's MVP-level force to blend scoring and steal, then locked in Satou Sabali's fluid 2-way prowess for seamless transitions on both ends.
Brondello, come on over.
Whoa.
Let's get to it. You can coach Sabrina. So therefore, maybe Stewie wants to come on over to my team.
Whoa.
Let me know. Fee, you want to give me Stewie?
We have breaking news here. I don't know that I've heard of a coach being traded in the All Star game. This is something you're agreeing to, Fee. There's no terms to this deal.
The result was a dream lineup bristling with all-star firepower one no draft analyst had forecast. Back in the control room, ESPN producers furiously flipped through rulebooks while league officials exchanged urgent texts. The broadcast cut to an on-air apology from Clark. Sorry if this breaks protocol, WNBA, ESPN. But by then, the moment had already taken on a life of its own. Social media feeds exploded. Fans coined number coach heist, and the notion of possession in all-star picks was forever upended. When Sandy Brondello finally rose from Cheryl Reeves' bench to join Clark's side, the magnitude of what had happened crystallized. An all-star draft, long considered ceremonial, had become a stage for daring strategy and boundary-pushing theater. With that audacious move, Caitlin Clark hadn't just formed a new team. She'd rewritten the rulebook on how to win an all-star draft, all in a matter of seconds. In a move that stunned even the most seasoned executives, WNBA officials threw their support behind the impromptu coach swap instead of blowing the whistle. Within moments of Clark's bold declaration, Sandy Brondello peeled off from Cheryl Reeves' sideline, grabbed her headset, and hightailed it over to join Team Clark. In a delightful burst of authenticity, viewers caught Brondello dialing her phone live on camera. Guess what, sweetie? I just got traded. I'm coaching Sabrina. For Caitlin Clark's squad in Indianapolis, you're not going to believe this. Back in the Liberty locker room, Sabrina Ionescu was all smiles, her eyes dancing at the delicious irony. You can't escape me, she teased, wrapping Brondello in a triumphant hug that underscored the depth of their connection. Meanwhile, teammates and assistant coaches erupted in laughter and applause, snacks forgotten as everyone processed the historic flip. Across social media, the hashtag #CoachHeist ignited a frenzy. Within 5 minutes, WNBA League Pass streaming jumped 25%, and highlight reels of Brondello's sprint from one bench to the other racked up millions of views. Fans everywhere celebrated the unorthodox ruling, proclaiming it the most entertaining all-star twist in league history, and a reminder that in the WNBA, sometimes the biggest plays happen off the court. Kirsten Bell wasn't about to let Clark's heist go unanswered. On her next pick, she grabbed two-time MVP Brianna Stewart, ensuring veteran poise in the paint. Realizing Aliyah Boston was off the board, she immediately pivoted, securing sharpshooter Alicia Gray, dominant big Nneka Ogwumike, and crafty 2025 phenom Paige Buchers. Each selection was a precise countermove, pairing championship grit with perimeter firepower. By the time the final picks dropped, two juggernaut rosters had emerged. Team Clark, anchored by coach-player synergy and breakout stars, versus Team Collier, a blend of seasoned veterans and dynamic scorers. Fans seized on every 1-2 punch of the draft, trading boasts under number Team Clark and number Team Collier, while analysts suddenly dubbed the All-Star Game the fiercest draft war we've ever seen. Proof that this exhibition had morphed into an irresistible must-watch showdown. With rosters settled, the sideline rivalry took center stage. On one bench stood Sandy Brondello, fresh off guiding the Liberty to a 13-6 start with her signature mix of disciplined defense and fluid offense. Opposite her, Cheryl Reeves, the mastermind behind the Lynx' 17-2 league best opening, balanced veteran leadership with an unrelenting commitment to physicality. Reeves and Brondello had already gone toe-to-toe in the 2024 finals, where Reeves' Lynx edged out a late comeback victory. Now, in the glow of All-Star Weekend, they would meet again, not for a championship trophy, but for All-Star bragging rights and a chance to rewrite that final script. Brondello would counter Reeves' defensive schemes with rapid ball movement and backdoor cuts honed all season long. Reeves, in turn, would deploy her trademark press breaks and half-court discipline to disrupt Team Clark's star-studded lineup. Both coaches commanded fierce loyalty from their players, Brondello's mentors like Ionescu, whose trust in her coach's adjustments is unwavering. Reeves' veterans like Collier, who thrive under her demand for accountability. The stage was set, legacy versus legacy, East versus West, mentor magic versus dynasty drive. As the banners flashed and the crowd rose to its feet, every fan knew this was no ordinary All-Star rehearsal. It was a high-stakes chess match between two of the game's greatest tacticians, each determined to claim ultimate coaching supremacy in front of the NBA's biggest stage for women's basketball. On one sideline, Sandy Brondello's carefully honed system, infused with Ionescu's elite court vision, will look to outmaneuver Cheryl Reeves' championship-tested schemes, powered by Stewart's savvy and Becker's ice-cold shot-making. On the floor, Clark's deep bombs will vie with Wilson's powerhouse drives for highlight of the night honors. This isn't a mid-season exhibition, it's a strategic spectacle, a de facto finals rematch reimagined with coach trading flair. Every pass, cut, and defensive rotation now carries extra weight, because beneath the spectacle lies a deeper narrative. The WNBA's evolution into a league where bold gambits, on and off the court, change the game forever. This isn't just an all-star exhibition, it's a milestone in WNBA lore. 2 coaches traded mid-broadcast, 2 rosters stacked with generational talent, and the stage set for a strategic battle as intoxicating as any finals.